Tell me about your health journey, because Odinaka, people look at you and they are like, Hanatu, your friend is gorgeous. How can I look like this? By the way, she's a mother of 4, same as me. I don't know what she did right. Her muscles were not destroyed. Her core muscles are intact, while the rest of us are struggling to try and join them together, you know? Walk us through what it is that you do that helped you repair whatever damage pregnancies caused and helped you to get to where you are right now.
Different people, different body. For me, when I get pregnant, it doesn't show. Start losing weight when I take in. When you start to notice that I'm actually pregnant, then baby's about to pop. There was no routine, I have to say. I think chasing them around keeps me in shape, truthfully.
Yeah.
For my first son, after I had him, I was very dedicated. I think for the first 2 months, yes, if I'm not wrong, I did a lot of shanty workouts, body
What does
workouts.
shanty? Okay, it's a
So-
big body workout.
Yeah.
So is it focused on cardio? Is it focused on strength training? What exactly does shanty?
So it was all compassing actually. So
Okay.
I had everything together. I did that for 2 months. The way it was structured. So maybe on Monday they're like, okay, you're gonna have this Tuesday, Tabata strength, Tabata chorus and all that. So some days I find myself doing morning and night, you know, if I had the time. But the other thing I felt that really worked, just walking around, doing
a lot of walks.
A lot of walks, yes.
But you were consistent.
Well, truthfully, I wasn't religious. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I can just get up and say, you know, this week I'm gonna do it, and then this week I really stick to it, and then the next week I fall off the wagon. So
Yeah.
sometimes I kick the wagon away, please. So if you're part of those, don't feel guilty.
Yes,
Please, some days are like that.
Some days are like that.
Sure, some weeks are like that. Let me
Yeah.
not lie.
Yeah.
I find myself eating by 1 a.m. if I'm hungry, because a baby girl cannot kill herself.
A baby girl can't.
And when you finish breastfeeding, you're now about to see your ancestors small.
Get dizzy. For those who know.
So I entered the kitchen. But like I said, different stroke for different folks. So I think the thing is find out what works for you. But I think another thing is finding out what kind of food, you know, really works for you. Sticking to it. I'm not of the party to cut off carbohydrate, you know, all together. No, because your body really needs it.
Yeah.
But I think moderation is key. Like they always say, yes, lots of fruits, lots of vegetables, definitely, to help rebuild. I think having an accountability partner also worked. I had a friend that was always on my neck. Have you done this? Have you done that? So I just jump up, and then at home, I start doing. So even when I'm cooking, I'm in the kitchen. So I do the constant standing at a place, you know, on the step run, on the step jog, you know. So sometimes I time myself. I'm like, look, I'm going to get 1,000 steps in between here and there. So I just found myself jogging and running like a mad person inside the house.
You know that we are not experts. We just figure out what works for us. This journey is different for different people. Like Odinaka has said, figure out what works for you. So Odinaka has shared with us some of the things that she's done to try and maintain her weight. Now for me, I can't try what she does, like eating bread. If I eat bread, it's once in a while, and I beat myself up about it. Like, you shouldn't be eating bread, you know? Carbohydrate is necessary. It's an essential part of your diet. You can eat it, but eat it in moderation. I prioritize my proteins. So even if I'm eating carbs, I'll do my carbs, but I'll do like 2 eggs, 3 eggs sometimes, avocados. I don't do milk because of the lactose intolerance thing anymore. But I used to do milk, and I felt that was like another source of protein at least. I do a lot of fish. I don't do a lot of meat. The diet is even more important than the exercise. If you're trying to lose some weight, you have to actually cut down on a lot of things that you eat and be intentional about what goes into your mouth. 2025, would you say it was a good year for you?
So I would say it was a great year.
Okay.
You know, in as much as all my laid down goals were a mess.
Yeah.
But I would say that goals that I ended up smashing, they were not really laid down.
You know, we talked about this. You actually said you didn't meet the goals you set, but you met and surpassed other goals that you didn't even set. Do you see how this life is?
That's more than enough. I think sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves. You set a standard and you keep killing yourself to get there, to suppress it, to meet that standard. But I would say, I didn't say give up, you know, but put as much energy as you can. But if it's not working, maybe find something else. Maybe that's not the plan. That's not the time for it. You know, don't leave it if really that's what your heart wants. You know, but sometimes it's good to take a break. All in all, it was a fantastic year.
Yeah.
Looking forward to 2026, I am certain that, of course, it's going to be a great year, because one thing is for sure, I didn't meet my set out goals, but my 2025 was better than 2025. And that's what matters.
Yes.
Regardless of anything, the year was better than the last. So that means progress. That means you're moving. Yes. You're not at a place. That's all that matters. Just keep moving.
See, ladies, it is very important that we not feel guilty about resting. There were times when I would sit and watch Netflix all day long. When I was done, I would berate myself in here. I'll be saying to myself things like, are you even okay? Who does that? Who just sits at home and watches TV all day? Why don't you go and do something? That was how I was talking to myself in 2024, by the way. Mind you, I had a baby in 2024, but still, I didn't think I needed to rest. My whole body was like, do something. Why are you just sitting down? Why haven't you progressed? Look at your colleagues, look at your friends, look at your relatives. I promised myself in 2025 that I will be kinder to Hannatu, because the way I talk to myself, I don't talk to my friends like that. I don't talk to my family members like that. The way I'm respectful to people, I want to be respectful to myself like that. So if I want to do something and I've been unable to do it, I tell myself it's okay. You can catch the next bus. It's okay. You can do it another time. It's okay. It didn't work for a reason. So I started talking to myself that way. And honestly, Odinaka, the minute I let go, I let things just flow, things started coming to me. Another thing is faith, though. I believe in God, though. I pray, I pray. I say, God, let where I'm supposed to be, let me find myself in those circles. Weed out the things that are not of you, not of your guidance, your direction, all of those things. Weed them out and let me just be in my true self, in my authentic space, my authentic energy.
Please learn to rest.
Yes. Please don't feel guilty about
learn to rest. Actually, and it something is that most times our body tells us the truth.
Yes.
But as ladies, because we've been wired to care and care and care, mama bear, you care for everybody. Sometimes you tone down the real call, the real sound that your body is making. You're like, no, maybe it's just in my head. Sometimes it's not in your head. And by the time you realize, for some ladies, it's already too late. It's good to smash those goals, but also listen to your body as you're doing it.
Yes.
Listen, truthfully. I resigned this year. It felt like, oh my God, how will I move on? The world is going to end. I have a baby that is just.
But did you resign because of the baby?
I had to. At a point, I was having, you know how it is when you you get helps. And then today I cannot stay, I can stay. Baby was a bit too young and then all that. For some moms that work, they don't have that option. They don't have the luxury. Yes, they had to go to daycare. But I'm like, okay, is that what I want? Because being a mom of 4 and yes, being in the medical field, you already know that. Ooh, truthfully, sometimes once they start, they start daycare, they embrace the brothers and sisters that are going to hit them down. And so you have the coming back home with one flu or that, which is okay. It's not as if it's bad, trust me, but truthfully, I just told myself, okay, I wasn't at that space with Kobe, so I knew that wasn't an option. Get to a point where you have to tell yourself the truth. As mothers, yes, we sacrifice a lot, truthfully. This or that on a scale of importance, which is more important? You can always achieve this later, but this, can you, if this passes, can you get it back? And the truth is no.
The early years of the children are the critical time. That is when you need to be there. Not when they're big, not when they've borderline abused by nannies and all of that. I really appreciate what you're saying. It was a tough call, I can tell. Especially for us millennials. Resigning was not really an option. There was a time, it's even Gen Z that has shown us that, it's about you. You are the main character in your story. When I had Rocky, my second son is 7 now. When I had him, I didn't have the right nanny to leave him with before I went back to work. I didn't care. I felt like I did not have a choice. And when we talk about these stories, we talk about it as if our husbands were not in the picture. They were there. Husbands were there. But it is your problem. I left my son with a nanny I was certain was incapable because I had to go back to work. And after like a few months, my neighbor came and told us that we should check this nanny. This boy cries from morning till night. Do you know, I ignored the warning. I felt like there was nothing I could do. My mother lives in another city. I live here in Lagos by myself. I have no relatives. So after a while, it was after that, my second son, that I resigned before I had Castle. Just like you, I had to come to the conclusion that, I'll do like this. They will do, God forbid, the child might have brain damage, or the child might just have anxiety, something crazy that happens when children cry too much, or they have that need for a mother and the mother is not there. And then I told myself that, know what, I'm just going to leave. So I left paid employment and I came home and I said, you know what, I'll figure things out. My dear, for the next 3 to 5 years, I didn't figure anything out. And now I tell myself, it's still okay.
We're still on the way
still okay.
to figuring it out.
We're still on the journey to figuring things out. And we will get there when we get there.
Oh, we will. We will.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's your
yeah.
plan going into 2026?
I intend to do a lot of self-building. Take more courses because you have to make yourself more indispensable. Once you're confident in something, you don't even need to fight for it. Once you're sure of your worth and you show it unapologetically, you would have people calling.
Your audience, people listening to you, people that are really feeling you. If you were to leave them with a message, what would it be?
Be kind to yourself.
I like that.
Take it easy. And most importantly, be you. Whatever you're doing, just make sure that it is you. Live your life. Don't live another person's life. That's what I will tell people. Be you. Be kind to yourself. Be good to yourself. And be loving. Like Annie said, learn to talk to yourself with love.
Yes.
My dear, spoil yourself with love. If you don't have, I'd not say, if you don't have money, you know. I mean, when don't you have money? So it's not about, if you have money to buy shawarma, buy biscuit. Spoil yourself, you know. Yeah. And then move. Yes, you don't have this one. Make do with what you have, you know. But, my dear, most importantly, live. Yeah. Live while you still got life in you. Live. L-I-V-E. You know, don't take it, don't take it lightly, please. And that's all. I think that's all I'm going to say.
Thank you
and be
so
happy.
much. Yeah, be happy. Thank you so much, Adi baby. You have nailed everything. It was such a vibe. It was such an interesting
Don't
time.
Mind us. You cannot be serious.
Yeah, so please, I have beautiful friends, though. Very, very beautiful, intelligent friends. You want to see more of my friends? Like and subscribe to the channel.
And share.
And share, please. Share. Engage with the contents, please. And if
don't be stingy with that info. Share.
If you also have something to say, reach out to us in the DMs. Come.
Reach out.
Be on the stage. Let us also learn from you.
If you want to invite us 2026 places,
call us. You know? Yes. Call us if you want.
Call us.
Anyways, it was so wonderful having this conversation with you. Thank you so much. God bless you. And we can say goodnight to our wonderful family. Good night. I love you.
Bye.